Mary had a little lamb.
We believe that all men are created
equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me. Help is on the way.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show. Turn up your mind.
I'm going to go right to the White House. Merrick Garland is going to give a set of comments about the search warrant at Mar-a-Lago.
Just now, the Justice Department has filed a motion in the Southern District of Florida to unseal a search warrant and property receipt relating to a court-approved search that the FBI conducted earlier this week. That search was of premises located in Florida belonging to the former president. The department did not make any public statements on the day of the search. The former president publicly confirmed the search that evening, as is his right. Copies of both the warrant and the FBI property receipt were provided on the day of the search to the former president's counsel, who was on site during the search. The search warrant was authorized by a federal court upon the required finding of probable cause. The property receipt is a document that federal law requires law enforcement agents to leave with the property owner. The department filed the motion to make public the warrant and receipt in light of the former president's public confirmation of the search, the surrounding circumstances, and the substantial public interest in this matter. Faithful adherence to the rule of law is the bedrock principle of the Justice Department and of our democracy. Upholding the rule of law means applying the law evenly, without fear or favor. Under my watch, that is precisely what the Justice Department is doing. All Americans are entitled to the even-handed application of the law, to due process of the law, and to the presumption of innocence. Much of our work is by necessity conducted out of the public eye. We do that to protect the constitutional rights of all Americans and to protect the integrity of our investigations. Federal law, long-standing department rules, and our ethical obligations prevent me from providing further details as to the basis of the search at this time. There are, however, certain points I want you to know. First, I personally approved the decision to seek a search warrant in this matter. Second, the department does not take such a decision lightly. Where possible, it is standard practice to seek less intrusive means as an alternative to a search and to narrowly scope any search that is undertaken. Third, let me address recent unfounded attacks on the professionalism of the FBI and Justice Department agents and prosecutors. I will not stand by silently when their integrity is unfairly attacked. The men and women of the FBI and the Justice Department are dedicated, patriotic public servants. Every day, they protect the American people from violent crime, terrorism, and other threats to their safety, while safeguarding our civil rights. They do so at great personal sacrifice and risk to themselves. I am honored to work alongside them. This is all I can say right now. More information will be made available in the appropriate way and at the appropriate time. Thank you.
Mr. Attorney General, the former president said this
FBI agents? Thank you all for your questions. But as I said, this is all I can say at this time.
All right, and there you have it. Merrick Garland addressing the people of the United States of America from the Department of Justice today, because the internets, the right-wing media, the lunatic fringe that currently serves us as representatives in the House of Representatives and in the Senate have been alleging, have been saying, have been impugning the entire operation, the entire search of Mar-a-Lago to the point where, and this is just inexcusable. I mean, these people will never stop. They will never stop inciting violence. They will never stop lying. The next big lie is the one that we're dealing with right now. The next big lie is the lie that Donald Trump is being targeted by an out-of-control FBI, an out-of-control Department of Justice, that they are hunting him or trying to hurt him. He's completely innocent. He's done nothing wrong. They planted evidence. Now, let me just tell you this. If Donald Trump is signaling to his minions, signaling to the Marjorie Taylor Greens, the Matt Getzes of the world, signaling to the Ron Johnsons of Wisconsin, the Josh Hawleys, that you need to say that the FBI planted something on my property, then you know that Donald Trump knows that what he had squirreled away in Mar-a-Lago was such high-value national security information that he has to now claim it was never his. They brought it there. You understand? The whole ridiculous nature of saying that the FBI planted, the FBI is setting him up, it just goes to show you that he knows, Donald Trump knows what he stole. He knows what he took. He knows what he had. He knows why he had it. He knows what he was going to do with it. And add it to, so what Merrick Garland just did was very important. Merrick Garland just said that he is going to unseal, he's going to the judge in the Southern District of Florida, here where I am, and he's going to ask that judge to unseal the application for the warrant. He's going to unseal the property receipt. It's going to show what was taken. Now, I from things that I understand about property receipts, things that, I've been asking questions about to people who would be in a position to know, they are telling me that a property receipt is just going to say nothing really specific. It's going to say 4 boxes or 10 boxes or 12 boxes, whatever. And it's not going to get into the details of how many documents were in each box or which ones were marked classified, which ones were marked top secret, which ones were marked above top secret, eyes only, no foreign, all that. It probably won't tell us that. If he releases just the warrant, the warrant will say that they're authorized to do a search of Mar-a-Lago because they think that there's probable cause that these statutes were violated. If we're lucky, the warrant will say that. If the application for the warrant is something that's unsealed and released, then we'll get the probable cause. We'll get the case. We'll actually understand what it is that they were acting on. What made them go from subpoena to search in 0.2 seconds. Now, the other thing I need to tell you is there has already been a subpoena. And a lot of us didn't know that until today. Apparently, back when they did the original, you know the story where they retrieved 12 boxes from Mar-a-Lago back in February. Well, apparently that was done by virtue of a subpoena. That wasn't Donald Trump saying, oh, yeah, come down to Mar-a-Lago by accident. I moved some boxes I shouldn't have had, which is what he's been insinuating. That's untrue. That's another lie. The truth is that a subpoena was issued months ago, back in February, and it was issued by a grand jury, a federal sitting grand jury. Federal investigators were able to get a grand jury to issue a subpoena, and they took away sensitive national security documents from Donald Trump's property. Then in June, we know that the guy who was in charge of counterintelligence and export control inside of the FBI went and paid Donald Trump a little visit, and 5 days later told him, you better lock that stuff up. You better put that stuff on, put a padlock on it. And the lawyer for Donald Trump is the one that said, okay, and did padlock it. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.